is the NBA has had to postpone several games over the past week, 5 over the last 3 days, as the Omicron variant and COVID-19 has swept through the league, just as it has really through everybody's life right now and all the other sports leagues as well. Adam Silver went on NBA Today yesterday talking with Malika Andrews, and the question that he had to answer, which we're all wondering because the NHL had done it, is the NBA going to pause their season?
No plans right now to pause the season. We've, of course, looked at all the options, but frankly, we're having trouble coming up with what the logic would be behind pausing right now. As we look through these cases, we're literally ripping through the country right now, putting aside the rest of the world. I think we're finding ourselves where we sort of knew we were going to get to for the past several months, and that is that this virus will not be eradicated, and we're going to have to learn to live with it. And I think that's what we're experiencing in the league right now.
You would think the first time around, Harry, we didn't know what we were dealing with.
Exactly. Yep.
And so, and the NBA sort of led the way in once you had what happened with Rudy Gobert and then the Utah Jazz, and then he just made that decision, shut it down. And then all of a sudden, all the other sports leagues, now the NFL wasn't playing at the time, the first time around through this, when the pandemic first really began. The NHL followed suit, and baseball eventually had to do the same thing. And then we were all shut down for a long time. This time through, you could see that while the NHL had to shut down mainly because of the border crossing, there's 7 teams that play in Canada.
Exactly.
It's just almost impossible right now to have a schedule when you have that moving on. So they're not going to resume until after Christmas. I believe Monday or Sunday, the players will come back to the facilities. Monday, they'll resume the season. Whereas the NBA is saying, we just got to, like all of us, learn to live through this, work through this. They have 97% of their players are vaccinated. 65% have gotten a booster. And a lot of the players are asymptomatic, and they just are trying to navigate through this while also keeping games going. You're seeing players in the G League, players that have been playing elsewhere, signing. They're allowing teams to sign players. They're just trying to keep the business going.
Yeah.
And it's sort of a reflection of society right now. Is it the right decision, or should the league do what the NHL is doing, pause and just get things settled, get all their players boosted if they can, and then see where they are on the other side of the holidays?
Well, I think one of the things he's saying, and I tried to explain this to people when the pandemic had started and then it was going along month after month. The way life was beforehand would never be like that again. We're not going back. This is the new normal now. The mask, the distance from people, that's the new normal. Now, when they shut down the first time, I think Adam Silver in the back of his mind is saying, okay, I seen how it affected the following NBA season and how players and their bodies and how they didn't want to do A, B, C, or D. They had to go to the bubble, the whole 9. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, it is a time where we're going to have to live with it like now. So I understand where Adam Silver is coming from. I just don't know if he should be saying that out loud. I don't think he should be saying it out loud.
About working through it?
Yeah.
Well, as an athlete, what would you rather have? All right, what we're going to do is we're going to bring back some of the protocols we had that worked last year that got us through a 72-game season and playoffs. So there's going to be restrictions on your lifestyle because you came into the season, players just like in the NFL. You could, if you were vaccinated, oh, sure, yeah, no more masks. Go ahead if you want to go out to dinner. Last year, you couldn't do any of that stuff. Stay in a hotel, stay with your team. If you went somewhere, immediate contact tracing, like anytime you make contact with somebody that's outside of your team's bubble. All right, so you have 2 choices.
That's another thing.
We're going to shut down the season. You're going to miss games, which means missing checks.
Yeah.
Or we're going to have to go back to some of these protocols. Even though you're vaccinated, we got to go back to some of these protocols for now until this all calms down. Which would you rather as a player?
Let's go back to the protocols. But I'll say this. I think that's another reason why, trust me, the coronavirus, you can catch it any kind of way, right?
Seems like it.
But I'm wondering, as a country, did we get too lax in the protocols of remaining safe?
We wanted to believe it was over.
Yes.
And clearly.
And now we're here in December at this point that we are right now, right? So sometimes, man, you got to sacrifice. Sometimes you got to cut off your finger to save your hand. right? Sometimes you might not be able to go to that nice establishment that you want to go to, the little shake joint, the little hole in the wall, you know what I mean, with your little thing, you know, your little thing by your side. Sometimes you might not be able to do that.
I don't know if I like the way you
Hey,
phrased it. But
it's all good. Hey, the people know what I mean. Sometimes you may want to go to the establishment with your little thing and have a good time.
Why you got to keep saying your little thing? I mean, I don't think I need that part of it. but no.
Phrasing.
Exactly. But I get what you're saying. There is, like, you wanted to go back to normal life as the athletes did, and maybe now.
And there was no such thing as normal anymore.
No. There's that. Of course, I hate this phrase, but we say it all the time now, the new normal, but that's kind of what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And that's what Adam Silver's saying. You know, there's a lot of these 10 days, players have to go through this. I think it's like a third of the league, maybe. Almost a third of the league has already been in the protocol. So, all right, let's get through this, and then hopefully you can have a season with some maybe added restrictions. But how much will the Christmas Day games be affected?
Oh,
it seems like
you smiling too. Don't smile at me when you say it's a reason why you're smiling. We're not gonna get into it now. We're gonna get into it later. But you're smiling at me for a reason.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.